All right. I'd like to start out by saying Barakatah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Ruach Kodash. Welcome to another live lesson. The name of this one is Various Topics, dated March 21st, 2021, the year of hastening the coming of our Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And today's lesson is pretty much various topics, whatever Spirit gives me to go into. I don't really have anything in particular to go into. A video a brother sent me earlier. He's about to do a lesson on it. I just want to briefly mention there was this woman from the land of Amalek, out there in the land of Yasha Allah. And she was talking about the situation that's going on over there, and how, pretty much they can't really maneuver, and they can't operate. And this is what Esau wants. They don't want anyone, to operate outside of their spectrum of life, so to speak. And this is why they want the world chipped. People make mockery of us and fun of us because we speak about the microchip being the mark of the beast. Excuse me. And that's exactly what it is. Everything that we speak about, that the scriptures speak about, and every point, in the original language of that word mark, leads towards this microchip, whether it be in your hand, in your forehead, in whatever form they make it. If they make it smaller, if they make it bigger, whatever the case is, the point is connecting, humans, so to speak, to, the internet, the internet of things, as they call it. And that's pretty much what they want. Those of you that have watched the interview between Aaron Russo and Alex Jones, where Aaron Russo spoke on this guy, Nick Rockefeller, and how Nick Rockefeller pretty much approached him indirectly. They had a meeting, they got along good. The guy liked Aaron Russo because Aaron Russo, if you look at him and you listen to him, he's a sincere guy, or was a sincere guy. And, he pretty much told him about the plans that they want to bring in the future. He told him about 9/11 before it happened. He told him how they're going to be looking for somebody in the caves. He told him how the ultimate goal for everything in the world is the microchip. And this is something that's very important to know. The Lord said, let's start off with the book of Jeremiah. And there's a particular point in that video about that woman that we were speaking about that I'm not going to mention because the brother, he's going to do a video on it, so I'll wait for him to put the video out. Hopefully, Spirit will get on him to send it to me, and that way, I'll speak on it after that. This is the book of Jeremiah 3:15. It says, and I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. And this is the job of a true leader. Let's go to Ezekiel 3. And then after that, I want to go to the same book of Ezekiel and show you the contrast between a true leader and a false leader. Let me just get this other one too. And pretty much, the scriptures don't change. Scriptures do not change. We make statements through the Spirit. We speak about breakdowns. We speak about events in the world. We speak about different things happening, things to watch for, as Yahweh said, watch as well as pray. But the scriptures don't change. That's why whenever brothers do a lesson, you might watch a lesson, a brother does, might be 10, 15 minutes long. And then right after that, you might watch another lesson, and the brother's pretty much saying, the next brother's pretty much saying the same thing that the other brother said in different ways, maybe using different articles. But the precepts are all the same. The precepts don't change. That's why the same scriptures keep coming up over and over again, especially when it comes to dealing with prophecy. Because unbeknownst to a lot of people out there, prophecy is very important, because the prophecies are what's going to lead to the kingdom of heaven. And the more prophecies are fulfilled, the closer and closer we get to the kingdom. We see this mark of the beast at its apex, pretty much. It's almost at that tipping point, where it's going to start going downhill. They're pushing that thing hot and heavy, and they're making it difficult to maneuver in society. And I will say this, that woman said, she said, spread the word, push out that video to wherever you can. She said, because today it's here, tomorrow it'll be in your country. And she's absolutely right. Because what we're seeing right now on the world stage is a world agenda moving forward. And that's why you see the same things happening pretty much in every country around the world. All right, so let's go to Ezekiel 3:17. And that's not by coincidence. That is by design. First and foremost, it's the design of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And second of all, it's the plans of the illuminated, because they've been inspired by the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai to do this, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. So let's read Ezekiel 3:17. So what is our job as the watchers, as the watchmen, as the seers, as the prophets, as the teachers, as the men that see things going on in the world? Our job is to report on it. Let's see. Let me get a quick precept. There's one that I'm thinking about. Here we go. Beautiful. Let me get it over here. Jeremiah 50. All right, so let's start off with this first. Ezekiel 3, and let's start at 16. And it came to pass at the end of 7 days that the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, I have made thee what? A watchman unto the house of Israel. What is a watchman? A watchman is someone that sits on a tower. The word is tazapah, which means to look out or about, spy, keep watch, observe, watch. So what are we watching for? We're watching for the enemy. And what are we supposed to do as watching for the enemy? Let's go real quick to Jeremiah 50:1. It says, the word of the Lord spake unto, the word of the Lord, let me calm down a little bit. The word that the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. Declare ye among the nations and publish. What does it mean to publish? It means to make public, to let everyone know. The word there is Shemai. The word Shemai means to listen, or to hear. That's why, what did Yahushua say all the time? He that hath ears to hear, let him hear. Now, did he mean actual ears besides your head? No, because everyone has ears. He's talking about the ears of the spirit, the ears of your mind's eye, so to speak. The ears of your mind's ears, which is a spirit that if you have that particular ingredient, you will take heed to. If you have that eye salve, you will take heed to the message that's being said, because the message that's being taught is a message of warning. And that message of warning is that there is impending danger coming, and there is something coming that's very disastrous, that is unavoidable unless you are part of the elect of the nation of Israel and you take heed to the message and prepare yourself. All right? So it says to hear, listen, to obey. So pretty much what the Lord said for publish, which that's what we read, publish. The word there for publish is shemai, to listen. So we're supposed to do what? Hear the words of the Lord and go and report the words of the Lord. Let's go back before we read on. It says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word at my mouth. What is the word of the mouth of the Lord? The prophets, which are teaching this book, and give them warning from me. So what does the word warning mean? The word warning is the word zahar, which means to admonish. What does it mean to admonish? To correct. There's something going on and you have to take heed, because if you don't take heed, there's a penalty for not giving heed, and there's a strict penalty, and that penalty is death. It ain't no timeout. It ain't no, you're going to get jacked up a little bit. No, it's going to be death. Unless you happen to be one of the elect and you just hard-headed and the Lord got to bust you up, hit you with a couple of liver shots and put you in a go-go plata, in order for you to get your act together. This is Isaiah 58:1. Cry aloud, spare not. So we're supposed to cry aloud. We're supposed to teach this word, and we're not supposed to spare anybody's feelings. Because when the Lord starts speaking, that's it. There ain't no other remedies. When the Lord starts speaking, he starts making this thing come to pass, that's it. You either sealed in the spiritual ark, or you outside the spiritual ark being hit by that flood. And this time the flood is coming by the way of missiles, which is a lake of fire, and the lasers from the chariots. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet. See, and that's what we're supposed to do, because if we're the watchmen, we're supposed to lift up our voice like a trumpet, because that is our job. Now, what are we supposed to be piping? We're supposed to be piping the words of the Lord as far as an alarm of war, of destruction. Just let me get this other one that just came to mind. Nope, this is not it. Let me go back. Let me try. Beautiful. All right. 1 Corinthians 14 and 8. For if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, who shall prepare himself to the battle? See? So we are the watchmen. We're blowing a trumpet, and we're supposed to be blowing an alarm of war, of impending doom, of impending destruction, that the Lord is about to do some serious things on this earth. And this is why the signs are so clear. The signs are speaking, but not everybody's taking heed. So let's go now to Jeremiah 4:19. It says, lament over Judah's devastation. Now this goes back to during just before the Babylonian Empire, but we can apply this today because the things that were written aforetime were written for our learning. Jeremiah 4:19, my bowels, I am pained at my very heart. My heart maketh a noise in me. I cannot hold my peace. So if you're a true man of the Lord, if you're a true prophet of the Lord, and you see things going on, you're not going to be able to hold your peace. You're going to have to speak. You're going to have to let it be known. You're going to have to blow that trumpet. It says, because thou hast heard, O my soul, the sound of the trumpet, the alarm of war. Because the Lord is about to start doing things. And before the whole destruction comes, you talking about time of Jacob's trouble. Yahweh Shai said, he cried because he said, if you would have known, even this day, what belonged to your peace, but now it is hidden from your eyes. You see, there was another precept that came to mind. I can't think of it right now. Of the trumpet, the alarm of war. Or Lord's will to come back. I wish I would have grabbed it, but hey, it's all the Spirit. Let me read it again. My bowels, I am pain at the very heart, and my very heart. My heart maketh a noise in me. I cannot hold my peace, because thou hast heard, O my soul, the sound of the trumpet, the alarm of war. And that's the job of a prophet, to tell about these things before they come to pass. Barakateh how Bashim al-Shai came back. Matthew 11 and 16. But whereunto shall I liken this generation? It is like unto children sitting in the markets and calling unto their fellows. So Jake is out. We're out there, Salaka. We're out there, calling out. That's what the word church means, to call out. Ecclesia. EK is out, and ecclesia is where you get the word call or kalein, to call out. So the real church will be out in the streets speaking and teaching to gather the rest of the bricks that compose that building, or the rest of the parts that compose that body. So, but whereunto shall I liken this generation? It is like unto children sitting in the markets and calling unto their fellows, and saying, we have piped, Salakia, and saying, we have piped unto you. What is the pipe part? We're singing this song. Remember, the song is part of what's going to deliver us. We're trying to help you. And saying, we have piped unto you, and you have not danced. Meaning you're not familiar with this particular song. Like when you walking down the street another day, and all of a sudden this car goes flying by, and they pumping the latest song that or something, a song that you like, and your head starts bopping, because you're like, damn, that's the shit right there, Well, Jake ain't doing that to this song. Jake is acting like this song is the worst thing they've ever heard. They're like, oh man, you're hurting my ears, man. And saying, because hey, this song to some is a savor of death unto death. It says, and saying, we have piped unto you, and you have not danced. We have mourned unto you, and you have not lamented. See? So you're not, this song is not affecting you. Because the scriptures say, let's go real quick. I got to get another. The scriptures say this. Oh boy, here we go. Satan got to do his thing. Prince of the power of the air. But do your thing. Do your thing. Oh boy. I'm end up forgetting this scripture. I know it. Yep, knew it. It's all right. If the Spirit wants it to come back. And saying, we have piped unto you, and you have not danced. We have mourned unto you, and you have not lamented. So this song is not affecting you. Oh, that's what it brought the hell by Shemal Shai. This is the one. Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. And the Lord said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. So what is that mark? That is that exemption from judgment. So how is this mark administered? Well, the mark is already in the elect, but there's a trigger. Just like when people hypnotize people, and there's a trigger word they say, or a trigger phrase they say, and that gets them to either be under that spell or out of that spell. Well, the mark or this ingredient is already in the spirit of the elect, and this word, this truth is the trigger to set it off. And that's why some people either forsake it when they hear it, turn up their nose, ah man, you're hurting my ears, or they get down with it and say, man, this is the most beautifulest song I've ever heard in my life, because it's a savor of life unto them. So it says, and set a mark. And when you look up this word mark in the Hebrew, it says it's the word thawa, which means exemption from judgment, which is that seal, which is pretty much the ticket Out of here. You know, you have to buy a ticket, but then when you go, before you jump on a plane, what happens? You have to have your boarding pass. So the ticket is what? Is the sealment, the thawa, and the boarding pass is this truth. And the flight is the chariot. And set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry. So there has to be first a crying out for the misdeeds that are going on in the earth. Something in your spirit said something is wrong, man. You know, I could feel it. I don't know what, I can't put my hands on it, but something is wrong. It's something more than this. There's something more to this than what I'm seeing. You know, it's something more to this life than what I'm living. You know, and then when the right time happens and you hear it, I knew it. I knew it. Because in your spirit you were sighing and crying for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. But there was nothing that could be done because we had no clue as to what was going on until the Lord enlightened us. All right. Now, let's go back to Matthew 11:17. And saying we have, matter of fact, let me read the whole thing. But whereunto shall I liken this generation? It is like unto children sitting in the markets and calling unto their fellows. The children sitting in the market is what? The agora. Out in the highways and the byways. You know, let's go real quick to Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 20. It says, wisdom, oh, look at that. Wisdom warns. Wisdom crieth without. She uttereth her voice in the streets. See? The main ministry is on the streets. That's why in the New Testament it's called the marketplace or the market, which in the Greek is the word agora, which was a place that was set up for business, whether it was a business meeting, whether it was a business transactions, whether it was buying food, clothing, whatever the case was, whether it was a place to have debates about different philosophies and religions and things of that nature of the time, or whether it was a place to where the truth of the scriptures was being told and prophesied and spoken. And what was the purpose for? To gather the elect. What happened after Yahushua went back in the spirit world and the disciples took over and they started teaching? At one time, 3,000 people joined, 5,000 people joined. And then another scripture said that the Lord added daily to the church those souls that should be saved. All by the simple task of preaching. Let's go real quick. Let me get this precept so I don't forget it. And then let's go back and read that again. Just let me find it first so we don't waste time. Okay, beautiful. All right, so let's go back. It says, wisdom cries without. She uttereth her voice in the streets. She crieth in the chief place of concourse. In the openings of the gates. In the city she uttereth her word. So in the streets is where this word is being taught. All right, now let's go to 1 Corinthians 1 and 21. For after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High. Why? Because most jakes are ignorant to the Most High's righteousness. It pleased the Most High. By the what? By the foolishness of preaching. So what we're doing, really to the Lord, this is really foolishness. Because the Lord doesn't need this. He doesn't need us. You got to understand that the Lord does not need us. We need Him. We need them. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. He doesn't need us. What we're doing is a job for the Lord because He got the Spirit on us to do it. You have some individuals that get puffed up because they go out in the streets and they memorize all the knowledge and they're on fire. You know, Scripture say knowledge puffeth up, and this is a foolish thing that we're doing because the Lord doesn't need us. The Lord could snap His finger and all Jake will wake up. But this is the way the Lord wants it to go down. So it says, It pleased the Most High by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. So this is the sifting grounds that the Lord is using to gather the elect. Think about it. All right, so going, what do we got here? Wow. So we read that. So let's read this again, because I want to get back to some of these other precepts, Lord's will. Matthew 11:16. But whereunto shall I liken this generation? It is like unto children sitting in the markets and calling unto their fellows. So that's what we're doing. We're out there calling unto our fellows and saying, we have piped unto you, and you have not danced. We have mourned unto you, and you have not lamented. So they're not giving heed to the message. Let's go to Ezekiel 33 and 30. Also, thou son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the houses, and speak one to another, every one to his brother, saying, come, I pray you, and hear what is the word that cometh forth from the Lord. Yeah, because to them, this is entertainment. You know, to them, this is like the latest movie of the week. You know, they grab their box of popcorn, you know, and their 40 ounces or whatever the hell they drinking, and they sit there talking shit. This is entertainment to a lot of Jake out there. This isn't something that they're hoping to be delivered, you know, that they're, you know, really tuning in because they're trying to learn. A lot of them are just tuned in because they're looking for some form of entertainment. Oh, this is funny. I like the way they, you know, they curse the white man out, or they curse the black woman out, or I like the way that they get on certain individuals, or especially when they can't bang. Oh, those are the best videos ever, man. Oh, wow. An individual like that, he's going to get smoked either by the missiles, or by one of them troops, or by famine, or by wild beasts, or by whatever means the Lord has set up for that individual. All right. It says, and they come unto thee as the people cometh. Oh, wow. Hey, shalom, you know. And they sit before thee as my people. We've seen this many times. You know, here it is. You go out there to speak. I remember one time on 44th, I remember I was speaking, and then, you know, you had some individuals, they come out and, you know, I'm just waiting for your Shia to come out, you know, and then, you know, when it would be like a curse out against Esau or the black woman or women in general, whatever the case is, they're all clapping like seals, you know? Yeah. But then I remember I got up there and I started, pretty much the spirit was on me to get on them. Look, man, you brothers got to get involved in this thing. They're like, oh, boy, they turning their nose and turning their eyes. Oh, man, when this guy going to hurry up and come down from there? And I read that whole spirit from them. So I know this to be a fact. I've seen it. I've witnessed it. Because you know how I know? Because it's been done to me. And they hear thy words, but they will not do them. Yeah, because it's all about entertainment with a lot of Jakes. They don't want to get down with this, man. You mean what? I got to lose my woman, my job, my family coming against me? Nah, y'all go ahead. Y'all got that. I'll sit on the sidelines and watch. All right, well, you sit on the sidelines and watch and get smoked. For with their mouth they show much love. Oh, yeah, shalom, brother. Oh, kwam shalom. You know, but their heart goeth after their covetousness. Yeah, because they will not get involved to do the work. It says, and lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice. You know, say, yeah, man, I like the way you curse the white man out. I like, you know. It says, and can play well on an instrument, because we're, like Elder Pastor broke down, that the prophets will go out, they will actually play music. You know? And then they will bring the message out. They will actually play music, instruments, you know, and then eventually they would prophesy, you know, or they would prophesy, they would more than likely prophesy while the instruments were playing. It all depends on the spirit. It says, and can play well on an instrument, for they hear thy words, but they do them not. There's people draw near me with their mouth, but their heart is far from me. Their heart meaning their mind. Why? Because the message that the prophets were feeding them with did not penetrate. All right, it says, and when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them. Now, let me see if let me get back to this. We're going to read this again. We read that. There was another. Matter of fact, let me get this one because it just came back to mind. This is already done. That's done for now. Let me bring this back. Let me bring this over here. Let me bring this back here. So let's read this again. Ezekiel 13:17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word in my mouth and give them warning from me. And let's read the word warning again. The word warning is zahar, which means to admonish, warn, teach, shine, send out light, be shining. Why? Because there's darkness that has covered this world. And it is the job of the prophet to shine the light and the way to get back to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right. So pretty much now. So let's go back, read it one more time, and then we move on. Oh, I want to read that scripture again. So let's get back. It says, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore hear the word in my mouth and give them warning from me. Jeremiah 3:15. And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. But remember, knowledge and understanding is coming in the form of this new song, which a lot of Jakes out there don't know the lyrics because they weren't equipped with the lyrics. All right. So let's move on. Jeremiah 15:2. Declare ye among the nations. What does it mean to declare? It means to make it clear. De is of, clear is clear. Of clear. Declare ye among the nations. Why? Because we're a prophet to the nations, but we're also sent to teach the word among all these nations so that the Lord can gather his elect from among them. Because that's one of the curses that fell upon Jake. One of the top curses was to be dispersed throughout the four corners of the earth. Declare ye among the nations and publish and set up a standard. What is a standard? Standard is this Bible. Like you had a pole with a flag on it, and you saw the flag, and you knew, okay, that's this particular individual, or that's that particular individual, or that's this nation or that nation, or this particular tribe or that particular tribe. Well, the truth is that standard, that banner. Matter of fact, let's get that. I don't want to lose that. Let's go to Psalms chapter 60 and verse 4. It says, Thou hast given a banner to them that fear thee, that it may be what? Displayed. When you display something, it's out for the public to see. That it may be displayed because of what? The truth. Selah. Ponder on that. So this banner, which is the Bible, is set up to be displayed because of the truth. That's why I said, lift up thy voice like a trumpet and show my people their transgression. So going back, declare ye among the nations and publish and set up a standard. Publish, make it public. See, publish, make it public. And conceal not, don't hide it. Don't put it in a napkin. Don't hide your wisdom in all her beauty. Man, brothers are on fire. So like I haven't got a chance to get, wow. So like I haven't got a chance to get to any of the precepts. It says, publish and conceal not. Say, Babylon is taken, Bel is confounded, Merodach is broken in pieces, her idols are confounded, her images are broken in pieces. So this place is about to be taken down. So the Lord already broke the staff of the wicked. So what we're seeing is the decline of Esau and his empire. They're on a downward spiral because the Lord broke that scepter. At one time it was unheard of that Esau would ever go down. But they've been going down since the 60s and 70s. And now we're getting toward the end of their falling years of falling down. And for those of you that would like, you should watch that movie Falling Down, I believe it was. You had Kirk Douglas, Robert Duvall, and a few other actors in there. Very good movie. And just like the new thing is Joe Biden falling 3 times, being all jacked up. Well, in that movie, there was a scene where Michael Douglas went into the store and he needed some change to call home because he was like bugged out, and he needed some change to call home. So he said, you know what, it's hot. I got $1 to my name. He wanted to go grab a can of Coke. And he needed, I think he needed 50 cents or something like that. And he wanted to pay 50 cents for the can of Coke, but it was 75 cents. And the guy said, 75 cents, So he started busting up the store because the guy, he thought the guy was, the Korean guy, I believe he was Korean, was charging too much for the prices. So he started busting up his store. And there was one scene where they were fighting back and forth with the bat. And they show you a bunch of American flags on the counter, and when they went one way, they knocked it down, and they show it on the ground. They show all of the American flags on the ground, laid down on the ground, which is because the movie is called Falling Down. So pretty much America, they've shown you that was it. And there was another situation. I believe it was if brothers can correct me on that, you are brothers that are really into sports. I believe it was a Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken, where they had 2 flags up, and then the American flag fell, and it just kept falling down. It was just going. It just somehow it dislodged from the standard, from the banner. From the standard or from the pole, and it was just falling down. Another indication that this place is finished. And just recently, we seen Biden, the president of the so-called United States, falling up the stairs 3 times. So on all levels, this place is finished. So that's what we're supposed to publish these things, and we're not supposed to conceal them. And we're also supposed to give Jake warning from the Lord. All right. Now, let's go to Habakkuk 2:1. The elder Manat Zagba said, "Seen it, great movie." In other words, he saw the movie Falling Down. So if any of you brothers, let me see, it says Shalom, Apostle Elder Wa Akim. Damn, there was something else and it was the only flag that fell too. That's right. That was, I believe that was either, I think that was the so-called Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, that's right. The brother Judah Tribesman, that was the Olympics. The Williams sisters were playing. Yes. Ooh. And that's heavy because, Williams sisters, they're Jakes. So it was the Olympics. Salaka, my bad. So it was the Olympics. So yeah, and like the brother said before, that was the only flag that fell. So there's many indications. See, the Most High is toying with these devils. Habakkuk 2:1. It says, "I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved." And this is the job of the prophets. What did Yahushua says? Watch as well as pray. Watch for what? Watch for the things that Yahushua warned us about that would be coming prior to him coming back. And the apostles, when they were disciples, just before they turned to apostles, they asked him, what is the sign of that coming and of the end of the world? That word world there is eon, which means age. The age of what? The age of the rulership of the last empire that would be ruling on the planet Earth, which began 2,000 years ago during the time of the ancient Roman Empire, and is coming to its end now with America and America's allies, because America is the revival of the Roman Empire with her allies, the NATO and the EU, which are all those European nations coming together as one. So we're at the end of this devil's destruction, or the end of his rulership. All right, so it says, "And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it." Yeah, because some Israelites are going to see the truth, and they're going to try to do whatever they can to do the best that they can with whatever gift the Lord gave them to be delivered. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time. So back then when this was written, which if I'm not mistaken, I believe Habakkuk was in the Babylonian Empire. If I'm not mistaken, bear with me 1 second. Let me just check something real quick. Because a lot of these prophets, they were contemporaries with each other in some empires. We're looking at looks like just bear with me 1 second, brothers. Looking like 626, which that was around that time period. Because remember the Babylon Empire fell to the Middle Persians. So around that time period, this was being written. But this is really talking about these times today. All right, it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. So we're at the end and not lie. So it's speaking. How is it speaking? By the things that are written on the pages actually coming to pass, you know, and on the world scene. It says, though it tarry, meaning though it seem like it's taking a long time, wait for it. Because the words of the Lord said that his words don't go out void. They're going to accomplish the thing where he said that he would accomplish it. Because it will surely come, it will not tarry. So we're at the point now where it's not tarrying anymore. It's coming hot and heavy. You know? And that's what we're witnessing right now. We're witnessing the prophecies, you know, lighten up. I hate to use this analogy, but like a Christmas tree. And they lighten up. Yeah, that's a good point. The brother put Biden fell 3 times. The SpaceX rockets crashed 3 times. Esau is the third part of men, for real. Yep, that is true. Could be something with that correlation. The Lord's bringing this devil down. All right, so let's see what else we got. Now, we're supposed to be giving them warning, but now you have these false prophets. I ain't going to name any. You should already know who they are. They get mad when you call them out, but hey, they hate him that rebuketh in the gate. Ezekiel 13:1. And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel that prophesy, and say thou unto them that prophesy out of their own hearts, hear ye the word of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai. Not your own words, not serving your own belly. You have individuals out there that claim to be the leaders of Israel, but yet they won't do what the scriptures are saying to do. They ain't giving the people warning. If anything, they're putting Jake back to sleep. They're no different than that woman that said, I'm going to take it. It doesn't matter. I don't care what's in it. It doesn't matter what, I'm just going to take it. That's the attitude that they have. But that's the attitude of the bag. See, when you take the bag, that's the attitude you have to have. You have to have a callous attitude. And it's not like, they took the bag because it's in the spirit for them to take the bag. It's prophecy. Because I was going to say they didn't have to take it because I'm pretty sure that their congregation, they got a pretty big congregation. I'm sure their congregation takes care of them financially. But the Lord wants them to take that bag. Just like Judas Iscariot didn't have to take the bag. But it was already laid out that he had to take it to fulfill prophecy. And that's all at the end of the day. That's why, we really don't bear no ill feelings towards these individuals, because we know that they're doing it because the Lord got the Spirit on them to do it. And in the kingdom, they'll be all right when they come back. Everybody has the job to play. It says, thus saith the Lord power, woe unto the foolish prophets. Let's look up this word foolish. Let's see what it says. And it says woe, meaning destruction. The foolish, it should be Nabal, yep, Nabal. Foolish, senseless, fool, a fool, vile person. You know, meaning that they have no filters. They will not apply wisdom. It's all about, you know, their needs. So it says, thus saith the Lord, woe unto the foolish shepherds that follow their own spirit and have seen nothing. See? Because all that stuff that these guys are talking about, they ain't seen nothing. But they're making it seem that they're these great men, exalting themselves. You know, putting themselves on flyers and, you know, on pictures as if they're these great things. Hey, brother, stop that, man. You know, all that stuff with the glowing eyes, you know, putting, you know, the apostles and elders and brothers with the glow. Stop that shit, man. Pretty much what you're doing is you're exalting men. If anything, exalt Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. I mean, I know you brothers mean well, but you got to cut that out, man. That's how worship of man starts. You know? I've been meditating on that and looking at it and kind of getting a little upset, a little mad about that. It's like you exalt him and got the glowing eyes and shit, you know? Come on, man. We ain't got the power yet. We have the word. And like I say, you know, I mean, don't take it the wrong way, but you got to stop that, man. Brothers got to stop that. All the glowing eyes on brother. That's what Nate and them are doing. You know, that's what them other camps are doing there. And then what they're doing is they're exalting themselves and making themselves like they're gods among their congregation. Brothers got to stop that, man. You know? And that's how the worship of man starts. You know, people look, oh, wow, you see the glowing eyes? Oh, wow. I mean, wow. You know, these men, I guess we got to bow down to them. Stop that, brothers. Babakushah, man. It says, O Israel, let me read that again. Thus saith the Lord power, woe unto the foolish prophets that follow their own spirit and have seen nothing. O Israel, thy prophets are like the foxes in the deserts. And that's what they are. They're like, when the fox is in the desert, what is the job of a fox? He's scheming, looking for the prey. And that's what these guys are doing. They're seeing who they can snatch. And they know women are easy prey. You know, at one time, women weren't even messing with us. You know, because we tell them like it is. So they went to them other, you know, to them other camps, you know. Yep, that's right. The elder Bishop Ainap is here. He said, the lofty looks of man shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of man shall be bowed down, and the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day. That's right. So cut that out, man. Cut that other shit out. An exalted man. Exalt Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Hey, shalom, Elder Bishop Ainap. Yahweh Bashem Shai Brakatah. And Yahweh Bashem Shai Brakathum to you, Akim, you know, on the comment board, sincere ones. And shalom to the Akwath. It says, O Israel, thy prophets are like the foxes in the deserts. You have gone up into the gaps. I'm sorry, you have not gone up into the gaps. And you have a lot of these leaders that have been around for more than 30 years that are still not, that have stopped going out in the highways and the byways, man. What did Yahweh Shai say? They said, blessed is that servant when the Lord comes shall find so doing. Doing what? Doing the work of the Lord. What did the Apostle Paul say? I have finished my course. We ain't finished until it's done. You ain't done until it's finished. Yahweh Shai said, my meat is to do the will of him that sent me and to finish his work. Yahweh Shai also said, he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. There ain't no retiring in this, man. So it says you have not gone up into the gaps, meaning you ain't even going in the streets. You jive ass turkeys out there. It says neither made up the hedge for the house of Israel to stand in the battle in the day of the Lord. Yeah, because the hedge is what? This knowledge. Knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. If you're not warning them not to take the mark of the beast and certain other things out there, guess what? You're not giving Jake the hedge that they need to be protected when that time comes. Talking about the time of Jacob's trouble, that's gay. Or there's not going to be any time of Jacob's trouble. But now, The 10 or 15 year later prophet, Nate, said, well, I never said there wasn't going to be a time of Jacob's trouble. If you listen good to what I said, moron. I said the time of Jacob's trouble is not yet. No, you said no. There ain't going to be no time of Jacob's trouble. Because that Benjamite brother, the older brother, he asked you, so there's not going to be a time of, you said no. Straight up. You goddamn liar. You have not gone up into the gaps, neither made up the hedge for the house of Israel to stand in the battle on the day of the Lord. Yeah, because there's going to be a day of battle. And what is the hedge? This knowledge. Not no goddamn guns. And some of you got your men going to the shooting ranges, showing that, on the on videos. General Yohana, no cowards going out there. What are you going to do with those guns? The kind of shit Esau got, I'm not even going to talk about it, man. It's disgusting. The word for hedge is gadar. Gadar. Fence, wall. Yeah, almost sounds like guard. Gadar. Or fence, wall. A place fortified with a wall. And what is that wall? This truth. What did the Lord tell Jeremiah? Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 1. And 18. For behold, I have made thee this day a defense city, and an iron pillar, and brazen walls against the whole land, against the kings of Judah, against the princes thereof, against the priests thereof, and against the people of the land. And they shall fight against thee, but they shall not prevail against thee. For I am with thee, saith the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah, to deliver thee. So you're not setting up that guard, that hedge, for the Lord to protect Jake when the time comes, the time of Jacob's trouble. Let's go to the book of Psalms 34 and 7. It says, the angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him, to what? And delivereth them. And delivereth them. And for you individuals out there of these different camps that make light of the Lord's name, or we don't know the Lord's name, mainly the IUIC, this is for you. Proverbs 18 and 10. The name of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it, and what? And is safe. You're taking away the safeguard, the hedge, away from Jake. And the word there for Lord, let's see if it's Jesus or if it's God. The word there for Lord is what? Yahweh. That's the Most High's name. So, let's read this again. You have not gone up into the gaps, neither made up the hedge for the house of Israel to stand in the battle in the day of the Lord. It says, they have seen vanity and lying divination, saying, the Lord saith, yeah, because they're making the people seem like they're the ones that the Lord is dealing with them. They'll break down some cockamamie, they'll bring out some cockamamie breakdown, and they'll say, Khan. And then you see the sheep out there, Khan. And the Lord have not sent them. And they have made others to hope that they would confirm the word, see? And that's how they hope that others will confirm the word, because they're looking to these leaders for answers, and the leaders are giving them the wrong answers. It says, have ye not seen a vain vision? And yeah, because this vain vision ain't going to come to pass. The Jacob's trouble is gay. And then when Jacob's trouble comes on Jake, what you going to say then? Because some of them people are going to be looking to rip you limb from limb. You motherfuckers, we trusted in you, you motherfucker. And they're pompous with it, man. A lot of Jake are going to be slaughtered because of these guys, man. And they have no fear of the Lord, that there's going to be repercussions about it. Those people's blood are going to be on you, man. Have you not seen a vain vision, and have you not spoken a lying divination? Whereas you say, the Lord saith it, albeit I have not spoken. The Lord hasn't spoken about this. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, because ye have spoken vanity and seen lies, therefore, behold, I am against you, Say of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. What's going to happen to you? You're going to be destroyed. I want to see if I can find this one particular precept. I'm not sure exactly where it is. Just bear with me 1 second. It might be Hosea. Oh. Here we go. Zechariah 11:15. Zechariah 11:15. And the Lord said unto me, take unto thee yet the instruments of a foolish shepherd. For lo, I will raise up a shepherd in the land which shall not visit those that be cut off. And they're not visiting the ones that are cut off. Neither shall seek the young one, nor heal that is broken. You're not healing the ones that are broken. What you're doing is you're scattering. Yahweh shall say, he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad. It says, nor feed that standeth still. Yeah, because you got a lot of people out there that's idle because of your antics. You got a lot of jakes out there that are idle because of your antics. They're not taking his word serious. They're not taking the work serious. But he shall eat the flesh of the fat and tear their claws in pieces. Woe to the idle shepherd that leaveth the flock. And that's what you've done. You've left the flock. Not physically left them, but spiritually you've left them. Because when you teach those wayward philosophies and wayward doctrine, there ain't going to be no time of Jacob's trouble. Jacob's trouble is gay. The mark of the beast is not the microchip. You're leading them astray, man. It says, the sword shall be upon his arm and upon his right eye. So you're going to be in total darkness. His arm shall be clean dried up, and his right eye shall be utterly darkened. You're going to be destroyed. First, you're going to be in outer darkness, and then you're going to be destroyed. So going back to Ezekiel 13:9, and mine hand shall be upon the prophets that see vanity and that divine lies. They shall not be in the assembly of my people, because eventually the Lord is going to move you right on out. Neither shall they be written in the writings of the house of Israel. Yeah, because you're going to be destroyed. I mean, you'll come back in the kingdom of heaven, but you'll be destroyed this time. Because there's a book, not an actual book, but you have a book of the Lord, which is the ones of the elect. It's not an actual book, but there's a certain amount of Israelites that are part of the elect that are written in the book of life. Neither shall they enter into the land of Israel, and you shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It says, because they have seduced my people, saying peace, and there was no peace. So by you saying that the time of Jacob's trouble is gay, or there's not going to be no Jacob's trouble, you're saying that there's peace, and there is no peace. You could actually see the siege being mounted. You know, the siege of paperwork, which is going to eventually turn into a sea of troops. It says, and one built up a wall, and lo, others daubed it with untempered mortar. And what you're doing is you're building a wall. People see it, but that's untempered mortar. That mortar is not going to hold, because once you build so much, that wall is going to fall apart, because there's no substance there to make it adhere and be glued together. You're just stacking bricks on top of bricks with something in between that's not holding the bricks together. And what's going to happen is going to eventually collapse. Say unto them which daubed it with untempered mortar that it shall fall. There shall be an overflowing shower, and ye, O great hailstones shall fall, and a stormy wind shall rend it. Yeah, when those troops come in, you're going to be in a world of hurt. And these people trusted in you, but that's on them. Woe to you that trust man. You know, put your trust in man and make arm your flesh, instead of making the Most High Yahweh Shemel Shah your flesh. Bear me 1 second, Baba Kashah. All right. Salaki for that. So they're going to be destroyed. It says, there shall be an overflowing shower, and ye, O great hailstones, shall fall, and a stormy wind shall rend it. Lo, when this wall is fallen, shall it not be said unto you, where is the daubing wherewith you daubed it? Yeah, because you're saying there's not going to be a time of Jacob's trouble. You said that a time of Jacob's trouble is gay. So when that bullshit that you're teaching falls, you know, where is your defense? Where is this great knowledge that you were teaching? Where is it? Where is it to be found? It ain't going to be able to be found nowhere. All right. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will even rend it with a stormy wind in my fury, because there's going to be a destruction. It says, and there shall be an overflowing shower in mine anger, and great hailstones in my fury to consume it. And it's going to be torn down to the roots. So will I break down the wall that you have daubed with untempered mortar, and bring it down to the ground, so that the foundation thereof shall be discovered, and it shall fall, and you shall be consumed in the midst thereof. So not only is the wall going to fall, meaning your lies, you're going to be taken in that also. And you shall know that I am the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Let me just see something real quick. Nope, it's not that. It's all right, Revelation 21, I leave you with this. But the fearful and unbelieving and abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death, which that lake of fire is the nuclear missiles. All right. So with that, I pray that you brothers have been edified. And to the next time I say, Shalom.